Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. What's up and good morning?
What's up and good morning? Welcome to a hump day edition of Morning Scone. Presented by Brock. Very good, my baby. You did so good. Innovation. Drew's watching Innovation Sesame Street right now. The name of the episode is The Best House of the Year, where the three little pigs have to build the best house of the year, prevent the big bad wolf from huffing and puffing and blowing it down. And their innovation is they put the house on wheels, so when he blows it, it just rolls down Sesame Street. Stephen Miller, Mark Allen, Paul Rogers, Kyle Gallo, good morning. Hey, Dad, good morning. Jerry Johnson, Lauren Anderson, good morning. Zachary Courtney. Man, so last night, kind of putting together the Morning Scone daily email, and there was just a news dump last night. Crazy stuff. Brian Wynn, Christian Avery, Stephen Miller, James Tyrone. What's up? What? Stephen says, Gumoggan. Hoon Palmario. Good morning, Hoon Palmario. Innovation. Adam Towers, Sam Dixon. Pig. You watching the pigs in there? So James Tyrone, you're in Birmingham. So you went Nashville, Atlanta, Birmingham. It's a busy couple days for you, man. Nancy Vote, good morning. Hope everybody's having a good day. So last night I noticed that so there's a ton of speculation around Bradley Beal. So Beal's with the Wizards right now. The Pels are kind of hoping that they can do a deal, send the fourth pick, maybe another asset to Washington for Beal. Well, apparently Washington was set to make Beal a $111 million offer that apparently he's going to turn down. The Knicks feel like they're the front runners. The Celtics feel like he's their prime target. The Pelicans want him as well. I guess my point is Bradley Beal's in a really good situation. He's going to come through this winning in a big way. So as much as people may love the idea of getting Bradley Beal in New Orleans, man, considering the market for him right now, at least what the market is reported for him right now, doesn't seem likely. Huff and puff. That's what the big bad wolf does. Innovation. Innovation on mommy's phone. That is so good. Yep. Very good, Drew.
Papa, I see Mimi and Papa.
You see Mimi and Papa?
Hi, Doctor. White elevator.
Yep. Okay. We'll see you later. Keep it real. We'll see you later. All right. Ronnie Dugas, good morning. Yeah, so curious to see what may happen here with Bradley Beal. The Saints, the Chargers actually announced that they'll have joint practices with the Saints during training camp. So that news came out of L.A. There was news that former Saint receiver and kick returner Michael Lewis, the Beer Man, they're making a movie about the Beer Man. It's in the works. So that's interesting. Kind of, you know what? It kind of has the I don't know who's producing it, but it kind of has the feel of Invincible. You know, the Vince Papale movie that Mark Wahlberg starred in when he was like the kid from Philadelphia who tried out for the Eagles with Dick Vermeil and made the team and became a special teams player. Kind of has that feel to it. So that would be really cool if that if that actually hit theaters and became a thing. I might actually go to a movie and watch that. I haven't been to a movie since before Drew was born. So, true story. Just not been to a movie in like 5 years. So, but if they have a Michael Lewis movie, a Beer Man movie, I'd go see it. And then the other thing I have there on the headline is, Mickey Loomis was on Mad Dog Radio, and we talked about this yesterday on AFR. Mickey Loomis went on Mad Dog Radio and said they started having conversations with Michael Thomas. Well, there was another report last night from Diana Rossini of ESPN that the Saints are prepared to make Michael Thomas the highest paid receiver in the NFL. He deserves it. There's no doubt about it. I love watching Michael Thomas play. I feel like he gives you a chance. Like every time you put the ball up in the air at Michael Thomas, it feels like he's going to catch it. He's going to wrestle it away from somebody. He's going to get open. You need a big play, he'll make it. I love him. He's the most dynamic receiver the Saints have ever had in the history of their franchise, and it's not particularly close. The other side of that coin is when you go and look at the richest receiver contracts in the history of the NFL, it's all guys that played on losing teams. It's Calvin Johnson with the Lions, Larry Fitzgerald with the Cardinals, and I know they made a Super Bowl, but that was before he got his $120 million contract. Julio got a massive contract with Atlanta. There's a correlation. When you give that much money and commit that type of financial resource to a player who doesn't touch the ball every play and doesn't even control when he touches the ball, that's a tough investment, man. I would not mind having the highest paid tight end in the league or left tackle in the league. Quarterback, because if you got a great one, you pay him. Pass rusher, disruptive players like that. It's weird because I want to have my cake and eat it too, even though I hate that expression. But it's like, you got to pay Mike Thomas. He's the best receiver, and he's worth it. But there's also the argument where, man, there's just a whole lot of history that shows you pay receiver a 9-figure contract, it ain't gonna go well. You're not gonna have great team success.
I am Mickey Mouse.
You want Mickey Mouse? Okay. After innovation, then Mickey Mouse.
And
go to Albertsons. Let's see. Kelly Presley, Jason Truax, Trivia Carter, good morning. Matthew Rogelio, good morning, Matt and Drew. I really wish you hadn't spoiled the plot of innovation for me. I plan on catching up on Sesame Street this weekend. Sorry. Still worth your time. Devin Kelly, Cody Anderson, what's up? Terry Shipman, good morning. Listen on my way to class. There you go. Study hard, work hard, all the good stuff. Hope it goes great for you, Terry. Hey, Uncle Benny, good morning. Carly Cat, what's up? Drew Paquette. Matt, with the defensive tackle, they got a defensive tackle commit last night, too. That's the other thing I forgot. Does it mean LSU's moving on from the 3 Louisiana? No, not at all. Woo! And good question. All right, what's he making? That's a good question, Drew. I'm going to come back to that here in a second. Good name, too, by the way. Do you want Mickey's Camp Out? Kind. Well, you just said you want Mickey Mouse. You gotta make up your mind there, kiddo. Okay, so LSU did get a commit last night from a 4-star defensive lineman from Alabama. That's awesome. Like a top 100 player in the country, that's awesome news. You got him out of the state of Alabama, and it's a position where you absolutely get studs. So Drew's question is, so with the defensive tackle commits, I mean LSU's moving on from the Louisiana defensive tackles. No. So remember. Kind fast. Remember. Lawrence and Fehoko are both graduating. Davin Cotton and Dominic Livingston both entered the transfer portal. So you're down 4 guys on the defensive line, and Ed Alexander left early for the draft. You have got to replenish that position this year. So you've got Cameron Jackson committed. You've got Patrick, the kid from Merritt that just committed a couple days ago. And now you got this kid from Alabama that's 3 defensive tackles you got committed. Barry, we'll see how he fits, the kid out of California that's 4. If you add Jacoby Guillory out of Ash and U-High, Jaquelin Roy out of U-High, now that puts you at 5 or 6 defensive linemen. Like, you need that in this class. There's no doubt. Absolutely, you have got to bolster your defensive line. I mean, Ed Ogeron said point blank after the Alabama game, "I've got to recruit better linemen." He's right. So yeah, no, you're gonna still go get those guys. Absolutely, you want Roy and Guillory in this class. Good question. Matt Boyles, good morning. Ronnie Dugas, no sound. Did I not plug it in? No sound? Y'all not getting any sound? Are y'all not getting sound? Woo! Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, innovation. I thought you wanted kind fast. And then innovation. Okay, kind fast and then innovation. Okay? So you want innovation now? Innovation now. I'm shocked by this development. Crazy. Crazy kid. Alright, innovation again. He watched this show 4 times last night. Innovation. And the guy who's judging the best house of the year from like Better Homes magazine is Mr. Bill Ding. William Ding, right? Sesame Street Creative. EJ Cambry, good morning from Pensacola. I'd love the Pels to get Beal, but actually would love a more dominant big. Yeah, man, there's no doubt they need scoring and they need size. They need both. If they're able to get Miles Turner, awesome. I'd love that. If they get Beal, great. Perfect 2-guard complement to Drew. I'd love that as well. If you have a starting, I don't know that you have your 5 yet, but if you go Drew, Beal, Ingram, Zion, and then you add a 5, I can win with that. David Freeman, good morning. Don Lee Jolibois, good morning. Innovation fast. Wow, Drew, we barely made it through the open and you wanted something different. Okay. Brian Wynn, Matt, which is more likely at Red Rock and Blue? You hitting one over the berm or you bunting? Hitting one over the berm, for sure. I homered last time we played at Tiger Park. And as a lefty, I can sit back on one, go dead pull over the right field wall, and can absolutely yank it out of Tiger. I've done it. I can do it again. But there's no way I bunt. But I will tell you this. In the last year at Traction, because we were playing on the big field, this is the Red Rock and Blue celebrity softball game. Last year we were at Traction, which is a big field. I had no chance of getting it out at that field. With a baseball, I could. Softball, no shot. And go to Fresh Market. Hey, my Drew. So, but they play me on the shift because I'm a lefty. So everybody moves over. They're just expecting me to dead pull. What they don't know is I actually can handle a bat, unlike some college professional hitters that dead pull everything, even right into a shift. So I just turn my back shoulder. Innovation, and I just punch one down third base line. I'll take my base.
Champion mommy.
Champion on mommy's phone. Hey, what are you going to do today? Are you going to go to Abilities? See Sarah and Anna? Is that what you're going to do today? That sounds like a fun day. Okay. Michelle Polito, good morning. Jerry Spurgeon, Love Thomas. What's his receiving percentage again? Missed the silent storm. Like receiving catch, you mean like his percent targets? I don't know. I'll go look that up today. But, there's two ways to look at it as well with Mike Thomas. You're going to be moving on from Drew Brees at some point during that contract. So, does his production dip with a lesser quarterback? Quite possibly. Or are you giving a lesser quarterback the weapons he needs to have success? Likely as well. So, two ways to look at it. Craig Schilling, John Corbello. What's up, John? Ben Clark, Brandon Hoyt. Good morning. Brian DeVille. Justin Reyes. Why hire a passing game coordinator if the OC you hired can't do the job? Why not find someone who can? It's, a couple things. I think you got to understand that every coach can divvy up duties on staff differently. So if you didn't hire a passing game coordinator, and again, sometimes that's just titles. Yet you have 10 full-time assistants, so you pick and choose what you want. So, like, for example, LSU had, like, Dennis Johnson was coaching, like, defensive ends, like outside linebackers. And Pete Jenkins was coaching defensive tackles. Well, then Pete Jenkins retired, and Dennis Johnson becomes defensive line coach. Well, largely that's Ed Ogeron coaching the position, and Dennis is there kind of to learn that and to be a recruiter. He was there to recruit the position while Pete was coaching the position. So my point, you can like divvy up responsibilities however you want and call titles whatever you want. They just like Joe Brady and what he brings to the staff. And the same goes for Steve. Steve's a very competent play caller. He's done it for a lot of years. He can also work with the quarterbacks. He's worked with tight ends. You see, so like, and Steve was a really good recruiter up in North Louisiana too. So he's an underrated recruiter. So I think both bring a lot of value to the staff. How you divvy up responsibilities, that's up to the coach and the staff how they do that. I don't mind it as much as you seem to. I understand the question. It just doesn't bother me as much because I think there's just a lot of different ways to divvy up responsibilities, and you just want to have the 10 best assistants on staff. Like what I hated was not having a special teams coordinator. And you just divvied up the special teams responsibilities among the members of your staff, and it was no coincidence that LSU stunk at special teams in 2017. Well, you go hire a special teams coordinator, and all of a sudden, you look competent again there, except at punt return, which they've got to improve. Stephen Miller, did you see the wide receiver from Southern Lab transferred to the Woodlands in Texas? Man, they're loading up this year. I did not. Interesting. I'll go check that out. Cheryl Wilkes, good morning. Kirk Taylor, Shane O'Callahan. Okay, good. All right, y'all have sound. Okay, good. Shout out to Brock, y'all, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. Cheryl, hope your visit there yesterday went well. Good docs over there, man. I saw an Instagram ad yesterday featuring Dr. Lalonde, Dr. Jimmy Lalonde, who I've known of for a while. He's a fan of AFR, so he's a great doctor as well. So the Brock docs are awesome, man. Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic, Blue Bonnet, right near Perkins, inside the Surgical Specialty Center. And I'll keep reminding y'all, MRI and X-ray and after hours. So you can bypass the emergency room. You don't have to go sit and wait in an emergency room. You can get the Brock. They can take care of you. Let's see. Josh Long. We can hear Drew talk about his show. Dana Abear, Edward Cooper, Charlie Cavell, Johnny Clark, Robert Blackwell, good morning. If y'all haven't hit the share button, please do so. That's a big old help. You know that by now. Neil Ripley, in the modern NBA, do you really need size if you can hit threes and we have Jaleel? That's a fair point. And I'm okay not having a true center if you have like a stretch four with Zion. But you're going to need more length and rim protection, which To a degree you have with Brandon Ingram, but it kind of depends how you play him. Are you playing him more of the 3 as a wing, or are you playing him closer to the paint? So I understand your point, and it's a very fair point, but you need size for rotational purposes and for matchup purposes. And with Julius Randle opting out and trading Anthony Davis, all you have is Jaleel. So you have to have some size there. They may draft big. Wait, hang on. Drew has a therapy swing in his room. I think I've shown y'all that before. It's like a saucer swing. Okay. You can go. Let you into the Rocky Rock, okay? I want innovation. Okay, thank you for asking. Okay. Dusty Revere, good morning. What are we talking about? Oh, he has a saucer swing in his room. It's a therapy swing. It kind of helps with core muscles and stuff. And he just kind of got stuck on it. Blaine Smith, offensive tackle is a huge priority in this class. So there's only 6 spots left. If you get Roy or Guillory, that's 5 left. I think they want 2 offensive linemen. That leaves 3. Wonder what they finish the class with. So it's a good question, Blaine. And we actually talked about that last Thursday with Mike D. He said safety, a running back, and then he kind of divvied it up among the linemen the rest of the way. So I think you want Roy and Guillory. You'd love to get some offensive linemen and then a safety and Mickey Mouse. Which Mickey Mouse do you want? Do you want Goofy Petting Zoo? Do you want Goofy Petting Zoo?
Mickey Mouse.
Mickey Mouse. Hey, Uncle Mike, good morning. Hey, Kenny Brazan, good morning. Using an incredible this year will be an equalizer. You know, Steven, go to Fresh Market. I'm a little upset. See, this is Jacques trying not to be embarrassed.
For choo-choo train, Mommy.
All up with the choo-choo train on Mommy's phone. Go to JJ's house. This is Jacques using an incredible, which I don't even know what that is him trying not to be embarrassed. Because last time we played at Tiger Park, my team won 40-18, and now he's trying to neuter us. That's what he's doing. And I get it. Nobody wants to be embarrassed. Quack, quack, quack. But I also think he's cheating the fans. Fans go to see homers. Fans are going out to the park to see pop outs and bleeders through the infield. They want gorilla ball. So, I think the only people being cheated, huh? Bro, you gotta make up your mind. I'm sick of doing calisthenics this morning, bro. Pick a show and watch it. Anyway. But use an incredible ball, whatever you want. Jason Williams still hitting bombs. Darren Clark still hitting bombs. Ryan Terrier still hitting bombs. Austin Bain still hitting bombs. Jacob Hester still hitting bombs. Like, we have a lineup that our bopper, Chad Jones, is hitting bombs. Like, everybody who comes, they're still going to go yard. I mean, all these guys are still going to go yard every time up. We're going to max out 40 runs every time we hit the meat of our order. Trivia. Of course, Matt will be followed by Bourbon Society Baton Rouge. Heck yeah, man. It's awesome. Shared interest, man. What's wrong with that? What about people who are part of Ducks Unlimited? I like to go shoot ducks. Great organization. Okay, go follow. Malcolm Ogeron, what's up? Lori Prophet, what's up? Kyle Gallo. If the Pels do some kind of trade with the 4 pick, I hope Ball is traded. His dad has a nut job and will probably cause problems for the Pels with his mouth running. Only if you let him around the team. I understand your point, but I also think Lonzo's got a lot of upside, man. There's a reason he was drafted 2nd overall. 6'6" guard, great defender, great passer. If you just look at Lonzo the player in a vacuum and forget about all the ancillary stuff that comes along with his dad, etc., you can also look at the fact that at UCLA he shot the ball pretty. It was a 55% shooter from the field, 41% from 3. He's not a great free throw shooter, as we've all seen, but I think all of that can come along. It was Andrew Lopez, NOLA.com, used the example of Ricky Rubio, which is a great one. Came to the league, dynamic passer, great handles, was not a great shooter and has developed into a really good shooter. So it's possible. Charlie Cavell, let's talk a little football this morning. Give us your really early prediction for the Tigers 2019. I think they go 10-2. I think they lose to Bama and one other SEC game, 6-2 in the league. So that would include a win over Texas. If they go to Texas week 2 and lose and end up 9-3 with losses to Texas, Bama, and let's say a home loss to Florida or Auburn or A&M, then I think you got some heat on O, because this is a team that should be better than that. A lot of action on Team Scone now, -24. Jesse Romero, good morning. Malcolm Ogeron. Chris Roy, what's up? Dusty, got to meet Elias Rick's aunt yesterday. I'm a Tiger fan in that family. No way he ever flips. That's great. Yeah, by this point, I mean, especially now that you've come this far and they have the December signing period, a lot of guys don't take visits during their season just because, especially like if you're Ricks and you're from California and you're playing high school games on Friday, or at a school like Mater Dei where you might even play like some showcase games Saturdays or whatever, you travel, it might be hard to get to recruiting visits. So a lot of those guys do it in the summer before their senior year to knock out their visits. And then, or wait until after and sign in February, but he wants to be an early enrollee. He's got to sign in December. Kirk Taylor, Matt, it's the slow sports period of the calendar when the most awesome thing about the show yesterday was the intern on Operation Loco Taco. Hilarious. So Kirk, there is no such thing as a slow sports period. Only lazy people in our business talk about the dog days of summer and the slow sports period. What those people require is something spoon-fed to them, like a football game week where they can go deep on, and they have basically content spoon-fed to them every day. But I look at this time of year, and I love it. I love the fact that I can check on the Yankees and see DJ LeMahieu in the hunt for a batting title, former Tiger. That's certainly relevant here. I love the fact that the NBA draft is this week and that the Pels are in on guys like Bradley Beal and Miles Turner, and they're going to draft Zion, which is a generational type talent. If you can't get content and interest in stories like that, what are you doing? I mentioned Saints are going to have camp with the Chargers. Mickey Loomis did an interview where he talked about Drew Brees' future contract, Michael Thomas's future contract. They signed Cam Jordan last week. Like, you may not have the teams you follow playing games right now, but this is when the teams you follow are molded and shaped during this time of the year, and I love it. The thing with the Doritos Locos Tacos yesterday for me was just a fun bit that I like doing, and you could do 4 or 5 check-ins at 60 seconds each throughout the show, and it becomes something recurring that is a hook that people say, I'm going to wait and listen to see the next time Nick calls in. And that's fun. Anyway. So that's just but that's an exposed nerve ending for me, Kirk, is when people talk about slow time, dog days of summer. It doesn't exist. It's not true. It's our content and our shows are just different this time of year, but there's plenty to do, and it's just that bugs me. I know you weren't trying to, but it bugs me. Move fast. Okay. But the Doritos Locos Tacos bit yesterday was fun. For those that missed it, yesterday was Steal a Game, Steal a Taco Day. So if team 1 road game in the NBA Finals. Everybody in America got a free taco from Taco Bell. So yesterday was that day that you had to cash in. So we sent Nick, our intern, out on the street to do like a man on the streets thing to see how many tacos he could get. So we went to like all these different Taco Bells and just kept getting free tacos. And he'd call in from the drive-thru. So Ben Rogelio, good morning. Sam Dixon, wow, per Embody LSU landed the DL kid Jalen Lee out of Live Oak. Oh, that's a, and last night LSU basketball got a commit from the number one player in the state for 2020, Cook, the point guard. So, yeah, nothing going on. David Freeman going to Brock today. There you go, David. Sorry to hear that, but glad you're going there. Hey, Aunt Mary, good morning. Let's see. Douglas Duhan, Leroy Blanchard, Tyler Hales, Eric Ingeman, Logan Bourgeois, good morning. Josh pulled the safety car. Mike Honcho, good morning, Mike Honcho. Justin Reyes, why didn't you draft Todd Peterson? He wasn't on the roster this year as a player. I'd love for him to. It'd be fun. Jacques Pouchot, David Alello, good morning. Thomas Chapman, good morning. Lowell Cormier, did we discuss the contract extension of Mike Thomas yet? A little bit, Lowell, yeah. He's worthy. He's awesome. I just have a big problem giving the richest contract to a receiver because teams that have done that in the past have not fared well coming off those contracts for obvious reasons when it comes to receivers. So they don't touch the ball every play, and their ability to produce is dependent upon someone else getting them the ball. So anyway, Brady Beacom, Michael Moscona, what's up, cuz? Amy Crane, Wayne Ferguson, Dean Schlotterer, good morning. Dusty, it's not slow. Braves are are fun to watch, yeah. Ronnie, thanks for the Taco Bell heads up. I'd forgotten was leaving the doctor. I was able to catch 2 of them. Good idea. How many did he end up with? He got 5. He was waiting. He wasn't super efficient early in the process, and it ended at 6. But he ended up going to I think he only went to 3 Taco Bells, but got 5. So at one location he was able to get 2, and then a second location he went through twice. So he only got 5 tacos. But like I was trying to tell him to go Burbank by campus, then come down Burbank and go to the Taco Bell Burbank and Bluebonnet, then go to Seagan by the interstate, then on your way back, go Perkins and Essen, and then he could have gone College and Perkins, and he could have hit 6 of them, but, well. He did good. He got 5 tacos, and it was fun. And then a lot of other people did it, and then were sending us pictures and videos and calling us in drive-thrus as well. Charlie Cavell, saw where Rowe's family is mentioned being part of the OLOL scandal. I did. I actually talked to Rowe yesterday, and he was hot. He, especially since the business report quoted him as confirming it, I'm not going to speak for him, but he's going to come on AFR today and hopefully cool down from the conversation we had yesterday. But yeah, we'll certainly talk about that today. Let's see. Stephen Miller took 17 innings this morning to snap my Red Sox 6-game winning streak. Enjoy being a fake Red Sox fan. Cheers. 2000 all the way back through the tough times in 2004. Cheers. But seriously though. Bourbon Society of Baton Rouge. I think we found another thing that grinds Matt's gears. Oh, the dog days? No doubt. That's one. Because it's just lazy. There's nothing really going on, so let's do your LSU Mount Rushmore and predict what jersey numbers people are going to wear. Who's the best player ever to wear number 24? Oh, you don't want that. Ralphie Mommy's fan. Very good, bud. Ralphie Mommy's fan. It's like, just put forth a little effort for your audience. Anyway. How about Bregman having another great season? Not slow. Yeah, Bregman's doing awesome. On pace for 40 homers. Okay. Cook will be a great asset to follow up Smart. In the words of Colada, boot TF up. Admittedly, I don't watch much, really any high school basketball. So when you talk about those prospects, I would just trust the people that scout them. And the fact that he's the best player in the state for next year, at a position where Smart will likely be out after next year, so he could step in and be your starting point guard. I love it. Innovation. Okay, innovation. Damn, bro, gonna crawl in a hole. It's all good, Kirk. I just you in a sense felt my wrath and how passionate I am about that, man. In my opinion, it is a it's just, in my opinion, it's just a problem in our business, in sports media, where people go, oh, nothing's going on. It's just not. Mambo. Let's see, Paul Stroh's bad series with the Reds, but they're trending to 102 wins. Just need Altuve and Correa healthy. Hey, man, the Astros get healthy and the Yankees are getting healthy. There's no question that those two are the class of the AL. Okay, Mambo. Okay. Stephen Miller Wright podcast says, Stephen, hang on one second. Very good, Drew. So, a thing about Right podcast, Stephen. I think, so we got to a point, Terrio called me yesterday and flaked out yesterday. I hate to use that term because it sounds so negative, but it's true. Like, he backed out of yesterday, so I had a meeting. But I've seen this before with Terrio, and it's cool. It's like it's his prerogative. But when he was coming on Right Radio Hour every Friday, we got to a point where I think he'd gotten tired of, I don't say tired of doing it, but like, for free. And my assumption when we started Right Radio Hour was because it was promoting traction. Like we put traction tags, we pushed traction, and my assumption was that was a good trade for him for his time. And I think ultimately he wanted to be paid. So I was like, man, I wish you'd told me that, because there was a few weeks where like he'd call me and be like, hey man, I can't make it today, whatever. I'm like, God, like, do we just be upfront? Like, we need to get you paid. So we did. We got it sponsored. We got 2 hours sponsored. He makes money on it. Like, for coming up to the radio station for 2 hours a week, So then Riot Podcast was the same thing. Had that sponsored, we're making money. We had the Prime Occupational Medicine, and their sponsorship ended. They didn't renew. And so now, for about a month now, we've been searching for a new sponsor for it. It's been kind of, I say that, I mean, I was on vacation, we were out. So it's been kind of hit or miss, right? And I think he wants to do it. I want to do it. We've had a really great response. I just think, like, whenever we find, when we get it sponsored again, we'll churn it out again. So it's more just us, being full bore. Like, let's get that thing sponsored. Let's move forward with it. So I don't know if we're gonna do it today, but he wants to do it. I want to do it. I think we just gotta get it sponsored. Because, and look, it makes sense. Like, please don't misunderstand me. I'm not coming at this from like a negative standpoint on it. It's just everyone's got to decide what your time is worth. So for Terrio to leave what he's doing at Traction or whatever the case may be, to come up, to sit there, record the podcast 45 minutes for an hour, go back, that's a block of, it's a commitment where, man, every Tuesday or Wednesday you got to be there. You can't do meetings. Like, it's a commitment. So, it's got to be worth doing. So if you know someone who wants to sponsor it, let me know. We'll crank back up. And go to Fresh Market.
Hey, my Drew.
Hey, my Drew. Hey, my Drew. You need to make it a huge deal at T-Bob as Mr. Irrelevant. I will do, believe me. did you hear a top flight basketball player is trying to reclassify to this class and LSU's top choice? I did not, but that's great news. CC, what's up, man? But seriously, did Musso eat all the tacos? I don't know, because I left. So, like, show ended, I left, and Nick was coming back in with the tacos, so I don't know who ate them. Good to see the Vandy Whistler coming to its inevitable death. Paul, so if you missed that, the Vandy Whistler was told if he didn't stop whistling, he'd be ejected. Told the Tennessean, the Nashville newspaper, that he planned to keep whistling. Well, there's another report today that because he said like they couldn't eject him, right? It wasn't an artificial noisemaker. Well, there's a policy, it's like a disturbance of others or whatever, where they can and will eject him. So I think that's going to happen. So let's see. Nick, just worry about tacos, bro. Oh, there you go. There's your answer. There's Nick. So Musso ate 3 and Paul ate the rest. Okay. Dean, heard the Knicks are considering taking Garland over RJ at 4. At 3, you mean? Yeah. Do you think that's a smokescreen? Absolutely, that's a smokescreen. I don't know how that happens. How you take RJ Barrett over that? Jordy, heard the Lakers on cap space. Didn't hear if that was to sign AD, but I thought they said the trade could flame out. Did you hear anything like that? Yeah, so the report came from Woj last night that basically the Lakers have to maneuver their roster to free up cap space to make the deal go through, because you have to have a minimum amount of cap space. So yes, I think it's $32 million, and they're at like 23 or 27. So yes, they pulled off a trade without like meeting the required parameters from the NBA. Jeez. You want to talk about a poorly run organization? Derek Bordelon, what's up? Mark Landry, Eusebio, what's up? Sean Painter, good morning. Maybe Stevens Locks could sponsor. Come on, let's do it. Whistler almost got kicked out in Hoover. Huh? I don't doubt it, man. I bet there's a lot of visiting parks he's been in where they've been like, man, you got to stop. Like, he can do it in Nashville because they love him, but man, it's distracting. Like, it is. It's a horribly distracting thing, the Vandy Whistler. Kirk going to be at the game. I'll see you firsthand. There you go, man. Okay, so those who don't know, Kirk lives in Omaha. So give us a live report. Take some video. All right, we're done. Shout out to Brock, Baton Rouge Orthopedic Clinic. As always, thanks to everyone who's gone by there. Thanks for liking their page. They're tagged in this post. It's huge help. If you could like them. 5 locations in the greater Baton Rouge area. And we will be back for Locked On LSU podcast today. AFR later today. Let's go say bye to Drew. Hey, Drew. You want to say bye, Dad Show? Swish, swish, swish. Bye, Dad Show. Say bye, Dad Show. Blow him a kiss. Oh, all right. See you tomorrow. Have a good day. Elevator. Okay. See y'all.